Robin Shockley with Focus Forward with Robin, and I'm here at the Regina Sunshine Global Network at 4040 Chapel Hill Road in Douglasville, Georgia. And I'm so glad that you're tuning in live at 5 tonight with us, because we have some astonishing guests that are going to be on my show tonight. But I wanted to let you know this show is all about where our purpose is to give the opportunity for guests to come share their story from pit to purpose. And when I say that is, everyone that comes on my show, there is a purpose for them being here. They have come through a pit story, and I love to broadcast that to let people know that if you're in a pit yourself, you have the opportunity to come out and have a purpose. So let's let you know about how we broadcast. We are on YouTube, we are on Periscope, we are on Ustream, Facebook, and Twitch every second Monday of the month, live at 5 from 5 to 6. We have recognized sponsors for this month, and if you will notice in the commercials, you'll see those. Our first sponsor is the Heart of the Carolinas, located in Malden, South Carolina. It is a home care company, and what they do is they surface senior citizens in the comfort of their own home by giving that extra TLC. And if you're interested in getting in touch with them, you can reach them at 864-990-4345. Or you can contact myself directly, because I am a community advocate for the Heart of the Carolinas as well. Also, my next sponsor for the month is Missy Young. She is the owner of Prissy Missy Mobile Boutique out of Atlanta, Georgia. She has a beautiful style of clothing, and she's ready to serve you with her style. You can reach Missy at 470-869-0093 or www.superprissymissy.com. Also, I am a contributing author and writer for Bold Plus magazine, as well as Pain to Purpose magazine, where the CEO, actually the editor-in-chief, is Regina Sunshine with Bold Plus, and Tangi Roseborough with Pain to Purpose. If you're interested in me writing an article about you with the tasty tips and trips or the Focus Forward Robin, all you have to do is contact me at my email at r.shockley18@gmail.com, and I'll be more than happy to contact with you to talk about it. All right? Also, I'm a contributing author on my blog, so you can reach me at focusforwardrobin.com and read all about the blogs and the things that I do in the community. We have got some awesome things going on, so we're going to take a brief commercial and have our first guest come on, Miss Anita Leek, and she is going to tell her story from pit to purpose, as well as the business that she does in the Greenville, South Carolina community. Hi everybody, welcome back. This is Robin Shockley with Focus Forward with Robin, and we are here at the Regina Sunshine Global Network in Douglasville, Georgia. And our show is all about today rebranding yourself and walking in your purpose. And I have Miss Anita Leek with me today. Welcome, Sanita.
Hello. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. I'm going to read a little bit about you, and then I'm going to ask you some questions, and we're just going to have like small chat together. Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. Well, Sanita M. Leek, she's an ambassador for the National Notary Association, is a local upstate South Carolina notary public known for her marriage officiation. Brought up as an Air Force dependent, Ms. Leek converged upon the upstate area on January 2010, receiving her notary public commission in April of that same year. Ms. Leek has contributed to over 8 articles through the National Notary Association based in Chatsworth, California, and is an author of 2 published articles, Building Your Notary Business One Bite at a Time and Internet Marketing Don'ts. Welcome, Sunita.
Thank you.
Now, Sunita, you've got a story to tell because you come from a pit situation.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell us a little bit about yourself and how you know, what things happened with you in the beginning before you even started your business.
Sure. I have been in, should we say, customer service oriented jobs since I can remember. Probably from after graduating high school. And just found myself in those types of jobs and types of situations. And I converged upon South Carolina in January of 2010, and the job that I moved here to South Carolina with, where I was getting a certain wage, it lowered down to minimum wage. And I said, I've got to do something. You know, being a newly single parent of 6.
6 children,
Yes.
Brady Bunch.
Right, pretty much. I had to do something different because that $7.25 an hour was not cutting it.
No, it's not.
So, yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, Sunita, so when you made that transition step, you said, okay, I'm going to step into doing the customer service, I'm going to do that. What triggered you to say, okay, I'm going to take a leap of faith and I'm going to do something different that's not common? Because when people think of being a notary, you think that, you know, all it is just signing your name on a piece of paper. It goes a little bit deeper than that, right?
Yes, it does. There's so much more involved in it, and that's what your normal, you know, run-of-the-mill person would come off the street and say, you know, I need a notary public for this, and they're thinking you're going to get one piece of paper stamped and be on your way. But we're basically there to identify a person.
Okay.
And we of course have the stamp, but there's much more involved. When I first started, that was my train of thought. Well, I'm just gonna stamp people's documents, and I'm gonna have this bun in my hair and glasses, and I'm just people are gonna come in, and I'm just gonna stamp stuff all day long.
Yeah.
And it's just, I mean, it's a whole 180 from what I originally thought it was gonna be.
Yeah, and so you also have your brand. It's called about the weddings. What's it called?
Weddings by Sunita.
Weddings by Sunita. So you officiate weddings.
I do.
And matter of fact, on the way down here, we rode together, and she was getting phone calls left and right. Your phone was ringing off the hook.
Yes, it was.
Because people want to, you know. And what was so cool is you've partnered up with somebody as well. So when you can't fill that role, you have somebody come in and help step, right?
And not just one person. I mean, me, myself personally, I have no problem referring business to other officiants, other notaries. When I'm not available, I mean, it's spreading the love and paying it forward, really.
Okay. Now tell me, how did you get the confidence? I mean, because, you know, stepping up, being a single mom of so many children, and actually, you know, branching out, you're dealing with your customer service, but you're like, okay, I'm going to make a brand of myself, and I'm going to become something, you know, that's not common. You know, what is it that gave you that confidence, a boost to say, hey, I can do this?
Well, I'll tell you, and the listening audience, I was not confident at first. I didn't know what I was doing. I had no clue, but I did have that faith. I had that inkling of faith to step out and do something different. I didn't think there was anybody out there like me that was doing that same thing, but as I found myself incensed in branching out and doing research, I found out there were many notary signing agents and many people that were doing the exact same thing, but I said I was going to come in and put my own little spin on it. And so that's where I have branched out in building my brand.
Okay, so with doing that, tell us some of the things, because you go into the hospital system, you go into local businesses, and you're all over South Carolina, right? That's where you're licensed in South Carolina. But you were telling me on the way down here that you can go in other states as well, right?
Yes.
How does that work?
So there are certain states where you can actually write into other states. So for a South Carolina notary public, we actually have, we can write into North Carolina and also into Georgia.
Okay.
But we can also write into D.C.
Wow,
Yes.
that's really cool. So that kind of broadens,
It
you
does.
know, the spectrum of, you know, your connections.
Yes, it does.
Right. Okay, that's amazing. So tell me, how do you fit all this busyness of what you're doing and being active, getting the phone calls, going here and there, traveling and such? How do you fit that in your home life? How do you manage with that?
My mantra is with that, I operate my business around my life.
Okay.
So some people, they'll have, well, I'm going to do this today business-wise.
Okay.
I look at it as, this is what I'm going to do in my house. This is how we're going to work my schedule around what I'm doing within my house and with my children.
Okay.
And then if it doesn't fit in that schedule, that's where I'm referring. Or that's where I'm
wonderful.
saying, hey, and picking up the phone and saying, hey, can you do this because I'm not available.
Oh, wow.
So.
Wow. Tell us some of the documents that are needed and, you know, that people aren't always familiar with, you know, because there's like so many things. It's more than just getting wedded and signing a paper. I mean, getting married and signing a paper. Tell us some of the documents that you help with.
And so power of attorney documents and educating people on the processes of signing paperwork, because there are documents that come through and people will call on a daily basis and they say, well, the document wasn't notarized correctly, or the signature wasn't notarized correctly, and it was thrown out. There are a lot of situations where people have to show up in court and their document has to be the right way, or else the judge is going to say no. So it's more involved than just identifying somebody in front of you.
Yeah.
It's knowing what to put, where to put it, and how to put it.
Okay. Well, I'm a firm believer, as everybody knows, if you follow me, I'm all about connections. And so, you know, there's so many people in the community of Greenville, Simpsonville, Malden, Spartanburg, all these different areas from where you're from, that they need your connection. So tell us some ways that they can get in touch with you and what services extra that you're willing to do, as far as like maybe if you're willing to help train some people to maybe come underneath you, because I know you have some people on your team now. So tell us a little bit how people can get contacted with you and what services you offer.
Sure. Of course, I personally build websites. I have 3 business websites.
Okay.
The first is greenvillenotary.com. If you are a member of the general public, you can contact me if you go to greenvillenotary.com. That's me answering.
Okay.
I don't have a team of operators or anything like that. You know, just I'm my own customer service person.
Okay.
And so, like I said, if I can't do it, I will solicit the help of another notary or a wedding official.
Okay.
And I also podcast. I've been podcasting since 2000.
Wow,
And
that's
so-
a long time. So we talked about that on the way down here. You're gonna have to educate me how this podcast thing works. So
I will.
yes, yes. So what is how do you do that? What's Zala entailed?
Well, nowadays there are formats that make it much easier.
Okay.
I started podcasting when you had to actually go behind the scenes and do your own recording, do your own, and I worked with programs where I can actually go in, and I still do work with programs where I can go in and edit out ums, ahs, breaths of air.
Okay.
So it's more involved, and it's a lot of work, but I have seemed to pare it down to should we say less time. What would take normally all day would probably take me a few minutes because of the amount of time I've been doing it for.
Okay. All right. Well, you had to come out and rebrand yourself. You had to come and make something of yourself because you were a single mom, you know, and you were having to make things happen. And so with that, you know, you also are involved in the community, and I've actually participated with you in some events where your children, you get them pulled in and they help as well. So tell us some of the things that you do in the community, because I know you help with a magazine as well. You're an advocate for that. So tell us a little bit about some of the things you do in the community and how you serve.
And so I do. I'm very involved in my community. Some of the information is posted online through my social media.
Okay.
When I volunteer, I normally don't myself publicize it. And so if I'm helping somebody out or taking someone somewhere to the doctor, or if I'm doing any type of service that I feel is personal in their nature, I'm not going to publicize that. But helping with food ministries, here recently with Mata Crawford, with SPIN, Single Parents in Need, because I was that single parent, and I still am that single parent. I'm not going to say that something could happen tomorrow where I won't be out. You know what I mean?
That's right.
So
that's right.
I'm very humbled to know that there's resources out there if I need help.
Yes.
So I'm very grateful to give back.
That's awesome. And the magazine, you were saying?
Yes, Who Am I magazine. It's spelled HUAMI. I'm a representative for the Greenville-Spartanburg area for the Who Am I magazine.
Mr. Terry Watson.
Yes, Mr. Terry Watson. He's a
guy.
very genuine, great guy.
Yes.
And so trying to bring business owners and for black-owned businesses out in the prospectus, because as far as marketing and advertising, there are not many outlets out there for us.
Okay.
And so just bringing the nature of different businesses, the prospectum, out to the general public of the Greenville-Spartanburg and upstate area is definitely needed. And so Who Am I magazine is one of those outlets.
Awesome. I love it. Now tell us why, and let the viewers know, why would people want to choose you, Miss Anita Lee? You got a beautiful smile. I love it. It's gorgeous. But tell us why people would choose you to be the representative for the notary.
Okay. Well, I really don't like tooting my own horn.
Well, girl, this is your platform. Use it.
So in everything that I do notary-wise,
okay,
I try to gain background, and I do a ton of research. So the research that I conduct is not even, there's certain things that you put on social media and certain things you market to the public, and there are certain things you don't.
Okay.
I attend holiday seminars, fairs, grief seminars. I take pride in being able to serve the people that I serve the best way I can.
I love it.
And I'm a servant.
You are.
And that's
you
what
are.
I have to
I know
be.
that firsthand. You are. You have such a tender heart, and you're so precious. And I hadn't met all your children, but I met some of them, and they are adorable, and they've got a wonderful mother. And so if you want to connect with Miss Anita Lee, she would love to be able to service you. She would love to help meet your needs, even if you just got questions. So tell us how people can get in touch with you, Sanita.
If you contact me on greenvillenotary.com, I respond all the time. I always respond. Not necessarily right there in that very moment, but if you go on the website and you contact me and you have questions, I can definitely answer them to the best of my ability. There's people ask questions that are legal in nature, and I cannot provide answers to legal questions. And so I do inform my customers and people who are potential clients and customers that, look, that's something for your attorney or for legal counsel. So.
Okay, wonderful. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to be on the show with me today. I'm excited that you came down on this road trip with me to Georgia, to Douglasville, Georgia. You were such a pleasure, and you know what? You've given me some insights, and you know what? Now I know how to refer you. Guys, it's so important that to be connected to somebody, that knows resources or connect you with somebody who can connect you with somebody else. It's so important. So if you need to get in touch with somebody who has a resource to help with notarizing, documentations, a power of attorney and such, or just want information about listening to her podcast, tune in to Sanita Lee. She is fabulous, and she's doing great things. Thank you so much. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with our next guest, which will be Miss Tracy Fant. Shockley with Focus Forward with Robin, and we are here at the Regina Sunshine Global Network, and I just wanted to welcome my next guest. I'm so excited to have her here today, and her name is Miss Tracy Fant. Welcome, girlfriend.
I'm happy to be here with you.
Oh my God, I'm so excited that you are on the show because I've got lots of questions for you.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, you're ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Well, let me do a little bit. I'm going to read your bio.
Okay, cool.
Tell us, so the viewers can know a little bit about you. All right, it's a short bio. Tracy Fant was born in Detroit, Michigan. She believes in building a strong community through actions, not just talking about it, but being about it. As a child, she attended Greater New Mountain Moriah Baptist Church, led under the leadership of Dr. Benjamin L. Hooks, who was at the time the president of the National NAACP. Under his leadership, Tracy learned early in childhood the importance of community outreach, civil rights, and the civil rights movement. Tracy started the organization Freedom Fighters Upstate South Carolina, which is a volunteer-based organization that consists of dedicated individuals who have joined together to promote peace, unity, accountability, and justice for all on both the local and national level. The organization's name Freedom Fighters was chosen due to the fact that Tracy was given the nickname Freedom Fighter by nationally known civil rights leader Reverend Jesse Jackson Sr. She is married and has a very loving and supporting husband and has 4 children and 6 grandchildren. Tracy is very passionate about her mission to help people fulfill a normal and healthy life and feels that together we can make a difference. I love it, girl.
I appreciate it.
Yes. Tracy, we go way back.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Several years. Matter of fact, we go back to when I met Regina was through you.
Okay.
Regina Robinson and I became friends through your event. I don't know if you realize that. But
So that shows how important networking is.
Very important about networking because you were hosting an event, and actually I was telling Mary Kay at that time,
That's right.
and you were trying to build people in the community, even way back then. You were trying to get people in businesses to be able to market one another and to connect and build fellowship. And I remember we were in a small gym, which was 3D Fitness, remember, in honor of our friend
Tammy Foster.
Foster, peace to her and her family, Rocky and Roderick. But we did the networking event there, and you and I just built a friendship.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Do you remember the day you came to my house?
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
And we had hot tea?
Yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome. And the cat jumped on the table, remember that? Yeah, scared the crap out of it.
It did. I remember that.
Yeah.
And I remember one thing that you said to me that has stuck with me all these years. And you probably don't remember.
Probably
But
not.
you said, Robin, be careful who you let in your circle because you've got people that are for you and you got people that are working against you behind the scenes. And just be wise because you being a white chick, you said some of them will try to take advantage of you and they won't be genuine with you.
Right, that's true. That's true. And, you know, that's an issue that we all face in any industry. Once you begin to grow, your circle starts to change and shift and develop and redevelop. People will come in and people will leave, and you know that's one thing that I've learned. I used to try to hold on to everybody, but I realized that God doesn't make us like that. Like once He starts elevating you, you're gonna have to leave some people behind.
And it's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay to say no sometimes.
And you have to be okay with it.
Yes.
You know, sometimes because of our hearts, because we're givers and we're helpers, you know, we don't want to say no. But, or we don't want to let go. We want to help everybody. But, you know, some people you just can't help.
And as I've gotten to know you over the years, we started in the beginning stages where I remember you came to one of my girls' events and you spoke and you shared a piece of your story. And what touched me so much is because, you know, you haven't always been put together. You know, you've been through some things, right?
I'm still going through things.
We're all going through some things. And that's the thing about you I love because you're very transparent and you're very real and you're pretty raw at it. So I would love for you to share with our viewers a piece of your story from your pit to your purpose. Let's start from the pit stages, you know, about things that you went through because, you know, you have a relative, your brother, wasn't it?
Right, my brother Andre. Well, I actually had 2 brothers murdered, but my brother Andre, we were pretty close, and he was murdered some years ago. And, you know, basically for many years I was angry about it, had disconnected even with my family over his death. But then I realized that my anger wasn't getting me anywhere.
That's right.
So I turned tragedy, you know, into triumph. and decided to, do what we're doing in the community. So many people are affected by violence, by homelessness, by everything that we address within the Freedom Fighters organization. And so, a lot of people ask me, well, how are you so good at it? I'm like, because it's my life, it's my walk. And it's still, my walk is continuing.
It's personal.
Right.
Yeah, it's personal
Very
to
personal.
you.
And so, even when I decided to leave my job, 17 years at BMW, it was awesome. But I'm the type of person, like, I know when my season's over, I know when it's over.
We're going to talk about that.
Yeah.
We're going to get down and talk
And
about
so, basically, to come back to what you were saying, just knowing, finding my purpose, which was hard, but
because when your children, I remember the story you told, because you told it publicly, so I know you won't mind telling it publicly here. But I remember, and what touched me so much is that when your children were small, and something about your house. Tell your viewers about that.
Gosh, I believe it was in 2002. I was in an abusive relationship towards the end of that year. And so going into the new year, I prayed for God to remove some things from my life. The person I was with was one of them. God, please remove him. Please, restore, do whatever you need to do. Well, January 6th of that new year, less than 2 weeks after I made that prayer, my house burned down. We lost everything. And my kids, thankfully, thank God, they survived. But that was my rebuilding phase, which at the time I didn't realize it. I was kind of like, wow, God, really? But now I'm like, wow, God, like, really? Because at that time, I knew that I had to make some choices, whether or not to allow my abuser back in my life, whether or not to, keep my kids with me or allow them to live with relatives. It's just so many different things were on my plate. But I realized then that what's necessary is, God gives us his strongest soldiers. Like, like when you're going through a battle, you have to realize that that's God, like, answering your prayer. And it may not come in the way we want it.
Exactly.
But it's coming to you. And so now I realize, thinking ahead, I realize.
Because you can look back now and say,
wow,
that was you, God. That's the way you chose to work this out.
Now, back then, I didn't think of it.
Of course not.
But now, I think of it like that. And so total restoration. We lost everything. We were homeless. My kids didn't have any clothes, any shoes, nothing. But the community is what helped me restore my life. Helped my children. Bought them video game systems, bought them clothes, bought them shoes. My job helped me get my home. And so many things happened that showed me that, wow, it's okay to give. It's okay to love each other. It's okay to step away from an abusive relationship, even if you don't know which direction you're going.
Exactly.
The main thing is you take that step.
Yes.
And so that step is what led me to do a lot of things I started doing.
And the thing is, like you said, you don't know when you're going through those things right now, you don't know that years later how it's going to turn out.
True.
You're just trying to survive and live in that moment.
Oh yeah.
So if you're a viewer out there and you're watching right now and you're trying to make it, you're trying to survive, and you could be in a domestic violence relationship, or you could be about to be homeless, or you're just trying to make it. Don't give up. Get connected to people that can be helpful to you in your community and service you. And I love the fact that, Tracy, you're very passionate about helping people. I know that firsthand because I've done things with you in the community and such. And you've helped people over the years, with youth girls to homeless people, and being the activist advocate that you are in the community, and not just in South Carolina, because you've traveled and went, other places. So tell us a little bit about your activism, what you do with that.
Wow. So with activism, I do so many things. When I stepped away from my job, I made up in my mind that I was going to be the best activist.
Okay.
The best activist and the most well-known activist, not only in my community, but throughout.
Okay.
And I prayed about it. I wrote it down. I told God to, lead me. God, please lead me in the way in which I should go. And so with everything that I do, it's ordered by his steps.
Yes.
And that's what makes me know that not only is it a cause that needs to be addressed, but it's relevant and it's an issue. And so in my walk as an activist, from homelessness, like you said, helping homeless people, to having the people's pantry, clothing.
And you still do that, right?
Yes.
Okay, I got to connect with you on that.
Clothing for children, just everything that we do. Social justice issues, going to court with people, meeting with people. We have attorneys, we have everything. I just wanted to have an organization that not only focus on the issues that's right here in front of us, but also the issues behind the scenes.
Yes, that people don't talk about.
That they don't
People
talk
do
about.
not talk
Right,
about
right.
because they're scared.
Yeah.
They're scared to come in the front.
Right.
And they don't even know. I had a lady reach out to me, and we were talking about you on the way down here. I had a lady reach out to me that her son is in prison, and she's scared to death. She's all the way in Texas,
Right.
and her son is in prison here.
Wow.
And she don't know what she needs to do. She just needs somebody to speak up or who she can contact and stuff. And so with upstate freedom fighters, that's what people do. They contact you and how you can be the voice for them when they are the voiceless.
Yes, people have contacted me about prison issues, and I have direct contact with Director Sterling and his group. And so when people contact me, I contact them and say, hey, check on this, this is going on. And it's been very helpful and very useful to a lot of people who have incarcerated loved ones. And that's what I'm saying, like really being an activist I'm always in front of the camera, but I want people to know that it's not about what you do in front of the cameras. It's about what you do when the cameras are gone. When the lights, cameras, action, when it's all gone, are you still walking in your path? Are you still being an activist? Are you still representing your cause?
It's
your
not just the
movement?
front.
That's right.
Exactly.
Where your heart is, So my heart and my intent is to bring to the upstate something that I know has been missing, and that's somebody that's true to the game and that really wants to bring resolution.
Yes.
Conflict resolution, cause resolution, whatever it is, but also be the upstate's movement where people know when they contact us that it's going to get done.
I love that. I love that. So Tracy, tell us, how can people get in touch with you if they want to volunteer, if they want to be a part of this movement of what you're doing, this cause? How can they get in touch with you?
Well, if they want to get in touch with me, they can contact me through Facebook, through my Tracy fan page or my Tracy Young fan page. Also, follow Freedom Fighters Upstate South Carolina page and message that page. A lot of people message that page as well, and I give them the steps in which we take to select the individuals that are on my team. I have a very extensive team of people. I have a leadership team, I have a media team, I have a security team, and I have people around me who we selectively pick people who we feel will represent the cause well.
Yes. They're not out there. They don't want to start trouble, but they want to bring freedom.
Right. When you wear this shirt, you're going to wear it with pride.
Yes.
People are going to know what you represent. And so that's what it's all about. So they can contact me through social media, Tracy Fant, Tracy Young Fant, or Freedom Fighters Upstate South Carolina.
I love it. So Tracy, with the closing thought, what if somebody is in a situation today? What would be, and it's a hard situation, and they're feeling their wits in. What would be an encouraging message that you would give to them, how they can stand up and how move forward?
Just don't give up. We're all faced with different challenges on a daily basis. And each challenge is a test to get you either to the next level, or if you don't take the test and hit it face on, you're going to be in that same area in life.
Exactly.
And so what I tell my kids is that each time that you see a hurdle, it's what you view it as. You know what I'm saying? It's either a stepping stone or a stumbling block.
Yeah.
And so how are you viewing that what's placed in front of you? I view everything as a stepping stone, even if it looks like a monster, even if it looks negative, even if it looks like it's going to shake my foundation, I still step up on it and I hit it face to face, because that's the way I was raised. I was taught to not fear anyone, but I always walk with the Spirit of God.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And that's the only person who I do fear.
Amen. Yes.
And so with me, like I said, just be a better person today than you were yesterday. I always concentrate on that. And also I have daily affirmations on my wall, on my mirror. So I read those to myself every day. A lot of times you just got to speak positive, things into your being, because in the world that we are in today, there's not enough people feeding, or pouring into. So I learned to pour into myself.
Yes, and the Bible says that David encouraged himself.
That's right.
Even when nobody else is around,
Right.
he took the steps to encourage himself. And I'm really big in those affirmations as
Oh, yeah.
well. And I was laughing and smiling so big when you were saying the stepping stones, because my grandmother, Shirley Carlton, has always told me, you take those stumbling blocks and you turn them into stepping stones.
Exactly.
You make a purpose out of it. And that's basically how I've positioned my whole life to think, like you said, think on that positive level.
Yeah.
And a lot of people that's come through something and they've made something themselves, it's because of that.
Oh, yeah,
because they
definitely.
chose to see the best in the
Definitely.
situations that come. They chose to focus forward. They chose to think that they can get out of their stuck mentality.
Right.
And I love the fact that you have taken your life, of things that you've been through in your life, your hardships, you know, those trials and tribulations that you've been through, and you've made purpose with it. So you literally have come from a pit to purpose state, and now you're making a difference, not just in your home, in your family, but in your community and with the people that you're surrounding yourself with, and you're bringing a team with you. So kudos to you for that.
I appreciate it.
That's
People need to
amazing.
also realize and remember, everybody is in the storm, position of the storm. So either you're in the storm,
Yes.
you're going through the storm, or you're approaching the storm. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? And so that's the way I look at it as well. Like on those days where the storm isn't here, okay, God, like what do you want from me on this day where everything appears to be clear, but I know the foundation can be shaken at any time.
Exactly.
So, you know, always brace yourself. That's what I put on Facebook. Brace yourself, you know.
Brace
it's
yourself.
coming.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Thank you so much,
Thank
Tracy,
you.
for being here today, and
Oh,
thank
yeah.
you for sharing a part of your story. It means so much. And you're a personal friend of mine, and I
Yeah.
love you to death, girl.
I love you too.
And I look to
I
many
don't
more
love
years.
this Atlanta traffic though.
Yeah,
But I love you, and I love Regina too. I
Yes,
love
Regina's
That's my
the
girl.
bomb.
She is
Regina's the bomb.
She's my girl. That's my
Yes.
girl. So I appreciate you so much.
Yes, can you stay around to the end?
Oh yeah,
right?
you know I'm mistakes. We got to get something to eat. Or
That's
something.
right, we're going to
Yeah,
eat
we gotta
afterwards.
something.
Right?
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're going to take a brief break, and we are going to come back with Miss L.A. Pink herself. She is here based out of Atlanta, Georgia. She does a lot of things that you do, Tracy. She works in the community. I really want you guys to talk after
yeah,
the
yeah,
show
we're gonna
because
connect.
how y'all can get connected.
Yeah.
She's a fabulous woman. I met her, and we'll talk about that. But anyway, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Wow, that's what's up.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Robin Shockley with Focus Forward with Robin, and we have had an amazing show today, and we've got one final guest that's going to be on, and I'm excited to talk to her, and we welcome Miss L.A. Pink herself. She is Laquana Alexander, but she goes by L.A. Pink. I want to know why we call you L.A. Pink.
Well, my name is Laquana Alexander, so that's my initials, LA. And then, of course, my birthstone is pink. So everybody always called me LA, always.
Yeah.
And then when I came here, I was like, I'm just going to add the pink on it. And so LA Pink was birthed.
I love it. I love it. Well, listen, I want you to tell us a little bit about yourself, and then I'm going to go into talking and asking you some questions and saying how we met, because something that you said to me really triggered me. So tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do.
So a little bit about LA Pink. I am in the community. I am a custom jewelry designer. I just launched a
Are
community.
those earrings yours?
Yes,
I
they are.
love them. I love
Oh my
them.
God, I have you something too, so I
Oh,
gotta make sure that I get it to you.
okay.
That I brought. So, like I said, LA's Creative Creations, and when I came here, that's what all I had as far as a company, you know, and it wasn't, I didn't have any open business or any business that I was coming here for. God just said come. And so when I came here, that's when he launched Unity in our community, ATL, due to the fact of me being homeless. And so it just all start trickling down from there.
Wow. Okay. Well, let's backtrack.
Right.
Okay. Because the lady right here is phenomenal. I met her. We were in the car maybe 10 minutes, and I fell in love with her because we were here. You were coming to be honored at the Women of Strength event by Miss Tangi Roseborough,
Absolutely.
right?
Absolutely.
And actually, I was coming to actually be her publicist and to help serve her event. And so I stopped to pick you up so you could have a ride, and we got here. But in the car, the Holy Ghost took over, right?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Like you always do.
Yes, he does. And you were telling me your story,
Absolutely.
and you just said a nugget right there because you said that you actually were homeless,
Yes.
right?
Absolutely.
But through her being homeless, she was helping the homeless.
Absolutely.
So tell us a little bit how you transitioned from what city to Atlanta.
Well, I came from Denver, Colorado.
Okay.
I went to service one night, and God knows I'm so like I don't. It's hard for me to just listen to everybody. Like I've never been prophesied to, so a prophet was there, and he showed me 3 different ways to listen to this prophet for me. And so this prophet gave me a prophecy that I was moving to Atlanta. I was like, no, I don't think Atlanta because I never want to be here ever. But she said something to me.
Because you wanted to go to California.
I wanted to go to L.A.
L.A., yes.
Absolutely. Didn't know why.
Because of your name?
No. Just wanted to go. I just wanted to get out of Colorado.
Yeah.
And so, however the case may be, she gave me this prophecy that I was moving here. And the reason why I listened to her is because she said, you had a surgery. And I said, no. So I'm like, oh, she's off already. And so I couldn't even sit down in my seat. He said abortion. I just had an abortion.
Wow.
Not thinking that was a surgery, but yes, that is a surgery. So I couldn't even sit down in my seat. I had, because she was leaving, like literally after she gave me what God had given her to give to me. And I'm like, she was off. And then as soon as I sit down, he said abortion. And I had to run out the church, chase her down to let her know, like, you're telling the truth. Like, I just had an abortion. She said, I know. And God forgives you. I went home that night and started packing. Because I said, oh, yeah, this God.
Because nobody could have knew that. Nobody knew that.
No. And that's the reason why he gave me the 3 different prophecies that she had prophesied to these people prior to her coming back to Denver, Colorado. And so he gave different scenarios of how to listen to her. Even all the way down to me now coming out here. When someone prophesies, even if it's in the air, I still take it. Because just because the prophecy was given to you, if you don't receive it and I believe it, it's mine. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I just started operating in. And so when he said for me to come here, I had no family, no friends, no doors open, no opportunity. I didn't even know what I was in tune for. But all I knew is to listen to him. And so I just was obedient, and I was like, let's go. I jumped in a U-Haul, packed my stuff. He said, I had a 4-story home, 4 living rooms, lived 3 houses down from the mayor, and I left everything narrowed down to 1 bedroom to come here.
You jumped. You jumped. And you know what? You are what has inspired, you and BJ Bowman is what has inspired me to jump in different areas in 2019. Because that story, hearing how you just jumped, and the thing is, so when you got here, tell us a little bit what took place when you actually jumped and you moved here.
What happened? So when I got here, like I said, I had moved inside of a home, never was used to paying regular rent because, I was on Section 8. I had 5 children at the age of 17, only giving birth to 1. So I had no idea of what he was bringing me here. When he said leave everything, I had to leave Section 8. I left everything. Came here, my savings that I had.
That's like the disciples in the Bible, girl.
Okay.
Yes.
I just, my savings, I took that, paid up my rent, which was $850. Didn't know what I was going to do after that because I had no car. I was in Dallas, Georgia, which they said in Atlanta, that wasn't even on the map.
Wow.
Nowhere. And people were like, what? Where's that at? And so, but everywhere he took me was 2 hours. Well, I got there 2 hours early because I didn't know where I was going because it was like 45 minutes to an hour. But it was 45 minutes just for me to get from Dallas, Georgia to a highway. Okay, it's like 30 minutes, like 30, 45 minutes, just that little, anybody knows where Dallas, Georgia is, they know it's like in Alabama, you know. And so me just being obedient, me just listening to what God had called me to do, I just jumped and was like, let's go. And that's
so let's speed forward a little bit. Tell us, okay, so you went through a phase where you were, did you become homeless here?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
So while you were home, because you've told me that you've served the community for years, as far as you can remember.
Absolutely.
So that's your heart, that's your passion to give back to the community.
Absolutely.
So while you went through that phase, how you found yourself in a homeless state, you still continue to give.
Oh, absolutely. And Renaissance Park, and everybody knows Renaissance Park that have served the homeless. That park, I was in that park homeless, feeding the homeless. They were asking me to pray for them, and I was praying for myself when I was praying for them, because I was like, Lord. But that's where I had gained my strength, because God said, long as your mind don't become homeless, you ain't homeless.
There you go.
And so my mindset was like, gotta get it.
Yes.
I experienced the best sleep. I experienced the understanding of a relationship with God when he says, lean not into your own understanding, in all your ways acknowledge me, and I'll direct your path. He was directing all of my path, everything. But it didn't come from that. It came from me understanding that the battle wasn't mine, it was the Lord's with my own son. When I gave up that, I had gave up my son to come here, and everybody was like, yeah, you need to take him with you. That's your son. How would you leave your son? But God said, leave everything. Don't take nothing. And that was part of the everything, because I loosed my son because he was going through some trials and errors on drugs and dealing with some things, you know, teenagers, the way that they do. But some parents can't let go, but I could. And so when I began to let go and let God, that's what began to happen with me. And that's when I found out where my strength really was.
That's where transformation came.
That's where it came from with my son, because I knew that if I could give up him, just like with me coming here to Atlanta, people are nothing for me to give up. I gave up something that I gave birth to. I carried 9 months for God, and now it belongs back to him. So these people that I meet in the relationships, yeah, it's good. But if God say cut it, it's gone.
That's powerful.
It's gone.
That's powerful. That's
like
strength.
nothing.
Well, tell us because that was your pit. You went through a lot.
Absolutely.
You know, and you had to go through some transformation. Tell
absolutely.
us how you came to your purpose. Tell us what else is going on, because you talked about you have a jewelry line.
Yes.
You also have a radio show.
Absolutely.
And you also have an organization in the community.
Absolutely.
And tell us a little bit about each one of those really quick before we have to.
So with the jewelry line, he birthed that to me. I love to do clothes and everything else but jewelry. My house was broken into, and you know, I wore real gold, so that was my thing. And so that was his way of opening up that door to loose that out for me to be able to receive the jewelry.
Okay.
And so I dealt with a lot of precious stones, and as he began to give me the jewelry making, I never watched any YouTube videos. I never had a desire to do it. I just listened and been obedient. Well, that gift began to make room, because when he brought me to Atlanta, which everybody's like, oh, you're going out there for your jewelry line, and I'm like, no.
That's not why he was calling you.
He didn't tell me that.
Yeah.
And so I'm just following him. Whatever he want me to do out here, I was going to do it, and he knew that. So when he brought me here, I began to, people will introduce me to different people. I mean, Regina Bell, BNGB, Faith Evans, a lot of people have wore my jewelry, and I mean, have been received to have my jewelry.
Yes.
But that's not what God, that's not why he had me designed to make the jewelry.
Yes.
It was just a blessing. Those that got it and received the blessing,
yes,
thank you.
Wonderful.
But those that didn't, I mean, it is what it is. But however the case may be, that was the first thing that he did. I became working with Young Jock and Carly Red and Miguel Nunez and all of these different people on this stage play.
Okay.
I went in as they were supposed to be wearing my jewelry. Well, I began to be the producer and the director of the play.
Wow.
So when he said your gift will make room for you, it began to make room.
Yes.
And so I took that
Love
into the unity in our community as
Okay.
well. I blessed the homeless with my jewelry line as well. I don't give them no garbage. And so after that, that's where the community boutique even came in at.
Wow.
And so the community boutique is where we give the homeless shopping experience. Everything is
Love it.
new or lightly used, very, very lightly used.
Awesome.
But we take them on a shopping spree, so we call it the Community Boutique with LA Pink.
I love it. I love it. And then also tell us about your radio show that you have.
Oh,
that you
radio
do.
show is called the Community Room with LA Pink as well, and that's deals with nothing but community activists, community leaders, community survivors. Because not only do I have the organization on, I deal with the people that survive from the organization. Because we have Miko and we have Concrete, and now we have Tim that joined the movement. That they were homeless and not homeless anymore. So now they join the movement.
Wonderful. Okay, so let the viewers know how they can get in touch with you, because you told me you're willing to help train people. Tell them how do they get involved in the community to serve, because you've been doing it for so many years, so you have the experience of knowing hands-on, especially in Atlanta, because this is a rough city and it's everywhere. So tell people how they can get in touch with you.
So they can reach me at 678-984-9241. That is my direct number. Yes, I give out my phone number because let me tell you something. If you can't reach me, then why am I here? And then you can actually go to any of my social medias, Unity in Our Community, ATL, or you could go to the Community Boutique, or you could go to the Community Room with LA Pink.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being on the show today. Yes, you're such a major blessing, and you're such an inspiration, and I love it. I love your pink. Everything about you pink. I love the earrings too, girl.
Thank you.
All right, this is Robin Shockley. We're going to take a brief break. We're going to come back. I'm going to have all my guests come back on, and we're just going to say some finishing thoughts, and so do not go away. We'll be right back. This is Robin again with Focus Forward with Robin, and I want to do a little plug out for some of the things that I'm doing here in the community with Focus Forward with Robin. I am going to be on the Restoration Through Laughter with Miss Kenesha Goldsmith this Thursday at 1 o'clock, which is January the 17th. So make sure you tune in to Facebook Live on my page or either Kenesha Goldsmith's page, and it's going to be a great show at 1 o'clock. Also, February the 2nd, I will be with Man Talk Plus on the panel with Pastor Andre Fullward at Fried Green Tomatoes, 6 o'clock p.m. on Congaree Road. And this is going to be in Greenville, South Carolina. And we will be discussing relationships. It's going to be a great show. So you guys come out live if you can. If you can come to Greenville, that will be fabulous. We're going to be talking about all kinds of great things. And February the 10th, I'm going to be here in Atlanta at Tina Bridges' event. It's the Women of Honor event. She's going to be recognizing women in the community, and I'm actually her media publicist for that event. So I'm really, really excited and really pumped about doing that. So those are some things that I've got that are going on. If you want to know more about what I do with Focus Forward with Robin, you can reach me on my website, focusforwardrobin.com, or my Facebook page, Focus Forward Robin or Robin Shockley on Instagram and Facebook. You know, what I do is I like to go out in the community, and I'm all about making connections with people, helping build connections. And so I do video blogs, I do interviews, I write for a couple of magazines that I mentioned before, and I love to do articles on you. So if you know of anybody that's interested in having an article written about them, or you think somebody in the community is making a difference, let me know, because I want to get the word out about them. So also, we talked earlier with some of you ladies about connections and how important it is that you got to make sure that you connect. So I always like to leave the end of my show with helping our viewers to understand the importance of connections and having a vision. So if you're not connected, you know what, you're not growing. That's the way I look at it. And if there's anyone out there that is watching today and you would be interested in sowing a seed into the Focus Forward with Robin show, becoming a sponsor, I would love to connect with you. It doesn't matter if it's $5, $10, $20, whatever amount you want to give. You know, my Cash App is $Robin Shockley, or my PayPal is r.shockley18@gmail.com. But with our final thoughts, I would love for you ladies just to share something, maybe inspiration to the viewers that are watching today, or maybe something that's coming up that you got going on, and any final thoughts. Anita?
Sure. When I first started, of course, I looked like a baby.
Yeah.
And people thought I was a baby.
Okay.
And so for those people who are starting new, and I'll put this and kind of make that an analogy, baby
Yes.
ventures,
Okay.
and they don't have the backings from family members, from friends.
Yes.
Just believe in yourself and encourage yourself.
Yes. Yes.
Because, and with your faith, you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you.
Amen.
Absolutely.
Awesome. What about you, Tracy? What would you like to share?
You know, I share the same sentiment as Sunita. Basically, you know, if there's a step you want to take, just step out there and take it. They're going to be people who will encourage you and people who also discourage you. Go with the ones who encourage you, you know, and surround yourself with those who want to push you forward and who want to see you win. Also, Freedom Fighters Upstate South Carolina, every third Saturday of each month, we'll be out feeding the homeless, so I'm going to put that on my page. And also, the People's Pantry, right now we're accepting kid clothes and just all kind of stuff. So I'll put the information on my page. But like I said, you know, just have faith in your own abilities, and that'll get you far.
Are you accepting home items too, or is it
Yes.
just clothes?
Yes, home items. Yeah, definitely home items.
Okay, I
yeah.
got to make a delivery to you.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
All right. All right. What about you, Miss L.A. Pete?
Every second Saturday of the month, we are at 829 Hollywood Road at Fountain of Hope. We feed over 300 people. You guys are more than welcome to come. We are a food bank. We feed over 25,000 families a month over there. So you guys are more than welcome every second Saturday, or just to be a part of it. Swing by and just be a blessing. And then I have something for you.
You have a gift for me?
gift
Oh, sweet. I'm so excited. Can I check this out? Look at Regina.
I
She's
thought it was
like,
some of those glasses at first.
I want them earrings.
Glasses.
Oh, my gosh. I love this. Oh, my gosh.
Sparkly.
Oh,
So
you're
you got
so
the Zara. Zara means beautiful and God's precious gift collection. And then that is Isis collection, which is my god baby. And this is my niece.
Oh, thank you so much.
I need to get with you so I can get some ice.
I know.
Right.
All right, guys.
Absolutely.
This is
gonna bring
wonderful.
her a
Thank
gift.
you.
I was gonna bring her a gift, but I feel like I'm her gift since I drove.
You-
Drove all these, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, there you go. There you go.
Right.
Yeah.
That's love. That's
I love
love.
these ladies. This has been an exciting show. We've had a fabulous time here on the Focus Forward Robin show at the Regina Sunshine Global Network.
Yes.
Remember, if you understand that you have potential within, just like these ladies, you will get to your purpose. And through getting to your purpose, you'll be able to run with passion. That's what each of these ladies are doing and what I'm doing. Remember, if you think a thing, you believe a thing. If you believe a thing, you will achieve it, just like each one of us are doing. Everybody have a fabulous evening. Bye.